Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Estate SEO. My name is Josh Guerra, and today I want to talk about what might actually be the most common issue I see when it comes to new SEOs like yourself, kind of embarking on this journey. They want to create a wonderful content, and they just crank through content, right? This might actually be the most common issue that I see when it comes to overall content strategy. So first things first, what I really need to drive home in this video, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I think you deserve it. I want to drive home the fact that you really need to keep track of what keywords you're targeting when it comes to particular pieces of content. I would even put this in Excel and map this stuff out. Like if you're writing a piece of content about a particular subdivision in like Sedona called like Seven Canyons. And I know I use this one a lot in some of my videos, but I like the golf course. So if you're writing about Seven Canyons and you're targeting like Seven Canyons real estate, which could be like one of the keywords in the cluster or group of keywords that you're going after for that particular page, keep track of the page and the keywords somewhere organized. It could be a mind map. It could be definitely could be Excel, whatever. Keep track of it, because the last thing you want to do is accidentally create another piece of content that is cannibalizing the success of that page that's dedicated to Seven Canyons, right? So I see it a lot, right? Where all of a sudden a year goes by, 2 years goes by, you're cranking through content, and you're like, I'm going to create another piece of content about Seven Canyons, and we're going to talk about Seven Canyons. And you forgot that you actually created that page a long time ago, and time flies by, and you're like cranking out another piece of content. And what happens is you now have two pages that are targeting the exact same keyword. And what happens is it confuses search engines, confuses Google. It can confuse also the user, right? The user can also be confused. And you don't want that, because search engines like Google are going to struggle to figure out which page they should rank for, right? So I would just keep track of your keywords, make sure these things aren't getting mixed up, and make sure you're really only targeting it one time. And if you're like, well, hey, I want to write more in-depth, detailed information on Seven Canyons, well, rather than doing that on another page, just expand on that page that already pre-exists, because it has a lot of history. It's been marinating on Google search, and it's out there on the web already. It might have social shares, might have backlinks to it. It's just been solidified. So rather than taking another journey and deep diving, into another piece of content that is targeting the same keyword, just expand on the already pre-existing piece of content. So again, just keep track of all your keywords, keep track of all the content you create, and then measure the success of that content. And I created another video that's also inside of the YouTube channel that will explain some metrics that you can start to track the success of pieces of content and just get in a better habit of really keeping track of all this stuff. Because it's not only going to allow you to spot success, but it's also really rewarding and gratifying being able to see it, on like a page by page basis. Just trust me on this. It feels good when you start getting little wins like that. Really, I think really the next thing I want to talk about too, if you accidentally just have this scenario where you have, two pieces of content that are, really targeting the exact same keyword, implement what's called a 3-1 redirect. Maybe transplant, off of the newest page, some of the newest content into the old page to expand the old page that already has a history, etc. And then just redirect the new page into the old one. And that's a really good rule of thumb when you run into that type of scenario. There's also another video I created for you that explains, what 3-1 redirects are and how to reroute traffic. So super easy to do. Anyways, again, I just really wanted to create this video because I see it all the time. I'm seeing it more and more as time goes on. And I just wanted to kind of inform you that this is something to watch out for because it happens a lot. I think every novice SEO is probably guilty of it one time or another. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Real Estate SEO, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.